But once you're on your chair, you can take your mask off.
And if I take my mask off, the hearing aids go flat.
Well, if later on.
I have to leave a little early. Just
Okay.
wanna let you know.
Just coming into that tall
What
mountain
joy is this?
and you can hold onto your chair, having your block in between your feet. Just squeezing that block in between your feet. Feet are hip distance apart. And just letting your shoulders relax. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling out your mouth. Working on our balance today. So I've been trying to add a lot of videos on there, so on my website. So if you ever need another chair yoga class, go on there and trying to get all the categories down, checked off. Just finding your pranayama, your breath work, squeezing that block.
Sorry, whenever it's cloudy, I have a lot of issues with my music, so just shut this off and get it better.
Feeling all four corners of your feet. And our mountain pose is that good posture. So crown of the head pointing up, chin slightly down. Pulling your belly in toward your spine. And see if you can squeeze your knees. Squeeze your pelvic floor up. Felt that root chakra at the base of your spine for stability and strength. Just engaging all the bandhas, the root locks in the body. And broadening your collarbone. See if you can open up your chest. And finding that three-part breathing. Breathing into your belly. Feel your ribs expand, your chest rise. And then exhaling a little bit longer. Feeling your shoulder blades drop. Just focusing on that three-part breathing. Inhale through your nose. And exhaling out your mouth. Just settling into the present moment. Getting about any to-do list today, anything that happened before class. And just letting it go, fly up and away. Just focusing on your breath work. And feeling your balls of your feet, your heels. Placing all your weight in that right foot. All that weight in your left foot. And then trying to equal that weight, samastahiti it's called. Putting all the weight in both feet. And growing a little taller. Exhaling. Maybe finding that ujjayi breath. And smile. It's not that serious, right? Anything calling out to you. Don't get hung up on your breath work. Just practicing. Inhaling through your nose. Try exhaling out your nose. Just hearing that ocean sound in the back of your throat. Just like ocean waves. Good. Just bringing your palms to your heart center and just taking your thumbs and lightly tapping your chest bone, your sternum. This is said to stimulate your thyroid. And just little taps. Just start to think about your intention for your practice, your sankalpa, something positive in the present moment, just being able to practice all together, even though you already have them, right? Call it yoking. Union. Good, then just opening your eyes and just holding onto your chair. See if you can squeeze that block between your heels. And just lifting the block up with your heels. See if you can come up onto the balls with your feet. See if you can bring that block the long way. Make it a little easier. A long way. And just a little lift and coming down. Bending your knees a little bit. And squeezing at the top. And lowering down. Nice and slow. See if you can inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Just trying this 10 more times. Squeezing that block. And feeling your calf stretch. Feeling your ankles stretch. Breathing in. Who's counting? 5. And 4. 3. Good. 2. Still that tall mountain pose. And 1. Good. Just lowering that down and just shaking it out. Just bending your knees. And just turning that block sideways now, the long way. And just see if you can place the right ball of your foot on the block. And just lift and lower that right heel now. Just pressing it down. Feel a stretch. Just a little lift up and down. And if you want to work on, your balance, you can always let go of the chair. You can hold on with one hand. Just lifting and lowering. Good. Just taking that to the other side. Just slide the block over to your left foot and pressing that ball of the foot on and lift and lower that heel. Maybe taking your hands to your hips. And again, you can always hold on to the chair. Just finding your drishti straight ahead or slightly up where the wall and the ceiling meets. For all your balance poses, trying to gaze up. Good, one more. And just taking that block the long way again. Now you're just gonna try and balance on that block. So just holding onto your chair, just placing your right foot on the block and coming up, lifting your left foot up, seeing how that feels. And maybe taking that opposite arm out, that right arm out, and that left leg out. We've been working on that X shape, right? And coming down as you exhale and lifting up as you inhale. Just finding stillness and not rushing it. Just inhale, just see if you can pause for a second and coming down. Maybe both arms. Or maybe just hold onto your hips. Good. Just 5 more. Inhale up. Press into that block. Engaging that right quadricep. So strengthening our legs here. 3. And 2. Last one. See if you can hold it for a couple seconds. Pointing your toes to the front of the room. Flexing that foot. And release. Good. Shaking that out. Always take a child's pose whenever you need to. We just all take a child's pose here, resting your head. And take a few deep breaths here. Breathing in. And breathing out.
Good, one more breath here. And as you come up, just slowly walking back up and moving that block over to your left foot. So you can have it the long way, making sure your foot's on that whole block and pressing down, lifting up, lifting that right foot out to the right. And maybe that left arm out to the left. And lowering down. Good. Exhale, inhale up, holding onto that chair. And see if you can grow tall, looking up towards the ceiling. So this is where you're finding that balance. Finding one spot to gaze at. And squeeze your navel towards your spine. Keep a strong core. These balance poses. Good. 5 more. Just slowing it down here. And 4. Pause for a second. Inhale up. Exhale down. How many more? 2? 2. One more time. See if you can hold this one. Good. And release. Just shaking that out. Put that block under your chair for a second. And just shake that out. Walking side to side. Active rest. And just holding onto your chair. Back into that mountain. Just come to the right side of your chair just a little bit. So we can point this right leg out. And right hand onto your right hip. Just lifting your right leg and drawing a circle with your toe. As big or as small as you want. I think it's going to be a no music day because of the. Is that funny, the clouds? Oh, do that to the Bluetooth speaker. Weird. And reverse. I have to have my husband work on the speakers in the ceiling. It's been a year now. Come on. Reversing that. Good. Dropping that down. And hopefully you don't have a long name because you're going to draw your name with your right big toe. Your first name. So just think about drawing your name as you balance on this left foot. And maybe take both hands off the chair. Maybe hold on. Just trying to draw your first name. I have kind of a long name. Shaking that out. Good. Come to the other side. Back into that mountain and lifting that left foot, drawing circles first. So pointing your toe. And again, maybe taking hands off the chair. Energize that right standing leg. And reverse. Good. And release. Drawing your first name when you're ready. Just trying to write it as you balance on that standing leg. Just see if you can do it again. Just pretend you're drawing it.
But I'm right-handed.
Yeah, I know. The side's hard. Well. Good, then shaking that out. Again, active rest. Good, just coming over back to the right. And finding that equal weight again. Samasthiti, so weight in both feet. Bring your hands to your hips, or you can hold onto your chair with your left hand. Finding that tree. Pressing that right big toe into the earth. Ankle into your heel into your ankle, and see if you can turn that right knee slightly out to the side, but keeping your torso and hips pointing straight ahead. And playing around with your tree, letting go of the chair, or namaste hands. Just leaving that ego and competition at the door. Everybody's tree is unique. So just reaching up if you want. And over time, trying to lift that right toe off the earth. Just a little lift and drop it down. Good, energizing that left leg. If you come out a windy tree, just try it again. Take 5 more breaths wherever you are. Trying to look up, maybe find one spot in front of you to gaze at for your drishti. So gazing straight ahead. And breathing. Getting the hard part first done and over with the standing poses. And releasing that. Good job. Again, shaking it up. Moving your ankles and your feet, coming to the other side for your tree. And just putting both equal weight on both feet first. Squeeze your kneecaps. And just bringing that left knee out to the side wall. Growing tall in your spine. Maybe just hold onto your chair and lift that opposite arm up. Seeing if you can gaze up to the ceiling. Finding your balance for tree pose, Vriksasana. Good, big breath in, big breath out. Just take 3 more breaths wherever you are. Finding your tree and growing taller. And releasing that down. Good, shaking that out. And coming back to your child's pose. Just resting your arms, resting your head. Maybe pedal it out, bending one knee at a time. Shaking your hips side to side. Good, just coming back to your mountain. Taking a deep breath in. And reaching up to the sky. Just side bending to the left, so reaching for your right hand. Just take a little side bend. And pressing into that right foot to stay grounded. Do both sides, so. And stretching to the other side. Pressing into that left foot. Whatever arm you're stretching, think about that foot to stay rooted. And again, inhale as you stretch, just a little side bend. Keeping your chest open. Try looking up. Focusing on our balance here. And again, stretching over, inhale and exhale, looking up if you can. And coming back to the center, just bring your hands behind your back, interlace those fingers and feel that chest opener. Just gazing up, rooting down into your feet. Maybe little baby back bend. Think about pushing your hips forward. And bringing that chin back to the center, releasing those arms and shaking it out. We'll take our warrior one. So just dropping your right foot to your right chair leg and stepping your left foot back. Think about a high lunge. Bending that right knee towards your chair and turning your hips to the chair, chest towards the chair. This is our warrior one. Finding that balance. You can take a wider stance here, taking the feet out wider. Find your balance. Maybe let go of the chair and reach up to the sky. Opening up your heart again and bending into that front knee. You can get it right over your ankle. Taking nice wide stance. Good. This is our warrior one. You can open your heart. letting your shoulders relax, and gazing up to the ceiling. This is also a balance pose. And so you can bring your arms down by your sides, reaching to the back wall, and your belly comes towards your thighs. Watch out for your chair. So leaning forward, you want to use your core and press into your feet, finding your balance, reach back up. Again, you can always hold on with one hand. Inhale as you look up. And exhale, coming back down. Reach those fingers to the back wall, pushing those shoulders away. And inhale up, just flow with your breath. Rooting down into those feet and squeeze your belly as you exhale. Good, 3 more, inhaling up, taking those arms nice and wide. And exhale, looking out for your chair, just looking at the seat. And 2, inhaling up. Exhaling down. Good, 1 more time, sweeping up. And sweeping down. Good, bringing those hands back to your chair. And step that left foot forward, just shaking it out side to side. You can jog if you want. You got a runner. Shaking it out, shake the legs. Making sure that blocks out of your way too. And we'll try that on the other side. Stepping your left foot forward, right foot back, as far back as you can. Nice wide stance. And taking those feet out wide this way if you need more balance. You just stay here or take a child's pose. Just reaching up when you're ready. Stay in your mountain pose. And bring those arms down. Inhaling up, just working on that. Gaze up to the ceiling. And squeezing your belly in here. Fingers to the back wall. You can keep your head above your heart. Inhaling up. And exhale down. Good. 3 more. Reaching up. It looks great. And 2. And 1. Sweeping down. And bending that back knee. Hold onto your chair. Step it forward. And again, taking that child's pose. Pedaling it out. Or your downward dog. Whatever's calling out to you. Big breath in. And big breath out. I think we'll just do our walking meditation. When you're ready, just coming back up to your mountain. And just turning to the side of your chair. And find your drishti, gazing up towards the ceiling and the wall. So you can bring heel to toe, looking forward. And you can stay right at your chair, as long as you're going nice and slow. Or you can come away from the chair if you feel okay. So walking meditation, you want to feel the toes, ball of your foot, arch of your foot, and heel of your foot before you take that next step. So all 4 parts of your foot before you take another step. Make sure you slow down. And try gazing straight ahead as if you're walking somewhere. Focusing on your breathing. So this is a meditation. You want to go nice and slow. Quieten your mind. And just focusing on balance here. Growing nice and tall. So if you can inhale 1 foot, exhale the next. If you need a challenge, you can bring your arms out to the sides or up to the sky. As you walk, feel like you're on that tightrope. Always turn and go in the other direction. Inhale one foot. Exhale the next. The pada bandhas in the bottom of our feet, those muscles, so we want to strengthen those muscles. And you want to feel all 4 parts of that foot pressing into the earth first before you take the next step. Maybe try one hand, or maybe hands on your hips. Good, just take a few more breaths. Good. When you're ready, you can come to your seat. So trying to walk back, no cheating, walk back to your seat.
I was already there.
And take a seat here in your child's pose when you're ready. And anytime you need a rest, don't hesitate. You need a drink of water. Just finding your breath again here. So child's pose, resting your elbows and maybe just rest your forehead on your thumbs. Finding your breath again. That 3-5 breathing.
Just mind it.
Good, one more deep breath in.